Hello again, welcome back to another video. It's only a day after I released my previous video, but I thought I'd come back on and talk about the double game weeks that have been announced this morning. I was in the gym actually, and I was having a look at my phone and my team setup for game week 22, and I noticed, there's some of these players have got two fixtures next to them. So so yeah, I sort of spent the next 10-15 minutes in between my sets, my weights sets in the gym, just kind of having a look at which players are doubling, what are the fixtures like, etc. And I actually quickly came to the conclusion that given my current team setup, I don't actually think there's any obvious transfers I can make, and I'll explain why. So in the double weeks, everyone gets super excited about them. But for me, the first golden rule about double weeks, well, it is one of my rules anyway, and that's to not transfer in a player just because they've got a double week if they're not a good option going forward after the double week. So if they've got bad fixtures, etc. after that, that there's going to have to be some quite exceptional circumstances for me to do that. So with that in mind, I have got the fixture ticker up from Fantasy Football Scout. What I've done is I've taken away game week 22, and I've filtered it just from game week 23 onwards, and I've sorted it in order of difficulty. And as you can see by that, all of the teams that I've got double weeks in game week 22 are all near the bottom of the fixture ticker. Yeah. In other words, they've got the worst fixtures after the double, and there's only actually Man United who are still near the top of the ticker. But the problem is, Man United are such a problem in themselves, aren't they? That they are so bad at the moment, that I'm not sure I could even advise bringing any of their players in. I've got De Gea and Ronaldo in my team already, so obviously I'm going to keep them. But yeah, I'm not sure I would be wanting to bring anyone in if I didn't have any. Um, so yeah, that's my immediate thought when looking at this, and then looking at how my team is set up for game week 22, is that really I, I'm not even sure I need to do anything. So let's just show you my team setup. So I've already got 6 doublers there in place, but just have a look at the single game week guys and look at their fixtures. Yeah, I've got Trent and Jota at home to Brentford. I've got Bowen at home to Leeds. Um, I've got so that my other 2 single game week players are Cancelo and Foden. But it's Man City. They're the best team. Appreciate they've got Chelsea, but in actual fact, I can see them brushing Chelsea aside quite easily. To be honest, that's certainly wouldn't be. It's not even entering my head to sell any of them. I just because actually, if you look at Man City's fixtures after the double week, they've got Southampton away, Brentford at home, and Norwich away. So if I sold any of these guys, I'm only going to want them straight back again. So what's the point? There's no point. Just so they need to stay in my team. So the only kind of thing I could think of as a potential move is to sell one of the guys I've got here on my bench and maybe bench one of the City guys. But again, for me, that's got problems because Saka, he's got Arsenal have got Burnley at home game week 23, so I'm going to want him for that. There is nobody that I can sell Broja for because I just don't have. I've only got point 0.1 in the bank, and he's super cheap. So there is literally no one who is even an option that I could consider at 5.3 million. So that only leaves Diop. Now, yes, I potentially could. So if I was going to move him out, I'd have 4.4 for a defender. Now there are a couple of defenders that I have identified as possibles. I could go for Lowton, who's 4.4, and also Dan Burn is also 4.4, I think. But again, if I bring any of those in, I'm just bringing in a problem, and a player I'm not really going to be able to use in the coming weeks because. So Brighton's fixtures are, so after the double they've got Leicester away and then no game. So that's 2 weeks when I'm not really going to be able to utilise him. And Burnley's fixtures are pretty horrendous, I think, after the double. So so there we go. They've got 3 red fixtures. So I just wouldn't. Now, yes, do have the option, and you guys may be thinking, well, you could just bench those guys. Well, yeah, I could do that, but the problem is, it's never been having a good squad has never been more important than it is now with what's going on with COVID postponements. You know, players are still getting COVID left, right, and centre. Um, Games are still being postponed. So for me, I feel like I need to have good options throughout my whole squad to use. You know, if I need to utilise them. So I don't really want to be bringing those guys in, and if I did sell Diop for, say, Dan Burn, that then means that I'm going to have to bench one of these single game week players, which really doesn't seem like it would be the right thing to do. Um, so I don't think that's even an option for me, to be honest. Um, I think the only way I would look to have a kind of obvious transfer to make is if there's news that, say, Foden is injured or whatever, because there is a bit of a gap now before game week 22, so anything can happen, obviously. Um, I There could be an argument to free hit, but as I mentioned in my previous video, for anyone that watched it, for me, using any chips at the moment is far too risky, really. And also, when you think about it, if you're going to free hit, you're going to want to have every one of your 11 players. You're going to want them having 2 games, so you're going to bring in double week players. So that then means that you're not going to have any Liverpool. So you could be missing out on a shed load of points from Trent or Jota, and the same with exactly the same with West Ham. They've got a good fixture. I know a lot of people have got Antonio as well. Antonio and Bowen, a lot of people have got. So do you want to be benching one of those guys just so you can play a crappy defender that's got 2 games? Not for me, to be honest. So that's my thinking at the moment. At the moment, I don't think I need to even do a transfer. So I'm going to be rolling it, I think. Really, the only decision I've got to make at the moment, I think, is who to captain. So I've got it on Son at the moment, um, because I actually think that those fixtures are quite good for Spurs because where I think they struggle are against the lesser teams who prioritise defending. I think Spurs find those teams quite hard to break down. Um, but when they play a side that attacks more, like Liverpool, we saw what happened in the Liverpool game. Spurs had so many chances. So I think both of those games could be quite open actually, and I think Son could capitalise. So I've got it on Son at the moment, and yeah, so that's what I'm looking at. So what I would say to you guys is if you've got double game week plays already in place, that's fine. Um, they're going to be fine for this week, but I'm not sure I'd be desperately wanting to transfer in double week players. I think the only players that I think I would recommend bringing in if you don't already own them are King and Dennis because Watford's fixtures are actually quite good. Well, they're okay after the double weeks. They've got Norwich game week 23, so another 1 or 2 sort of half decent fixtures as well after that. Um, so yeah, you know, I just that's my thoughts on it. I mean, have a look at Chelsea for example. I've got Alonso at the moment. Yes, he's fine for this week, albeit the double week isn't particularly great because one of those games is Man City. But if you look at the fixtures after this, they've got Tottenham at home and then two blanks. So I don't think I'd be advising actually transferring in Chelsea players at the moment. So yeah, they're just. I just thought I'd give you my thoughts. I do think I do like to kind of look a bit more long term, really. Um, you do have to kind of. There's a long way to go. I don't think this double game week is anything to be excited about, really. So yeah, that's. I just thought I'd come on and just give you my thoughts on the doubles. But yeah, as it is, I don't think I'll even be making a transfer. Um, so yeah, let me know if you liked the video. Appreciate if you can put some comments in the comment section, and yeah, subscribe as well if you like the video. Need to get my you need to get my subscribers up. I'm struggling at the moment. Don't seem to. It's very slow. So yeah, any new subscribers would be welcome. So yeah, that's it. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.